Achyranthus stem TS with abnormal secondary growth is important for essay question. See, it is Achyranthus stems, Achyranthus plant. These are the Achyranthus plants. If we observe Achyranthus shoot TS, it shows mainly spheroidal outline. It is Achyranthus shoot TS, spheroidal outline. Mainly primary shoot TS shows mainly three zones. One is epidermis, cortex, and stem. Epidermis, cortex, and stem. Epidermis is a outer layer. It made by rectangular parenchyma cells. It protected to the inner parts and it gives a perfect shape to the shoot. On this epidermis, multicellular hairs-like structures are present. Multicellular hairs-like structures are present. In spheroidal outline, ridges and furrows are clearly visible. Ridges and furrows are clearly visible. Below these epidermis, cortex is present. The cortex is divided into two major portions. One is chlorenchymatous cortex called hypodermis and parenchymatous cortex. Chlorenchymatous cortex, parenchymatous cortex. The chlorenchymatous cortex filled with chloroplast. It present beneath of the epidermis. It mainly helps in the preparation of food by the photosynthesis. At young age of shoot, the chlorenchyma participated in the photosynthesis to prepare food material. And the ridges region, more number of cholenchyma, not chlorenchyma, cholenchyma tissues are present. More number of cholenchyma tissues are present. But at the furrows region, chlorenchyma tissues are present. Cholenchyma tissue present at the ridges areas and chlorenchymatous tissues present at the furrows regions. The chlorenchymatous tissue mainly helps in the synthesis of food material by the photosynthesis. Cholenchyma tissues are mainly helps in the mechanical support to the shoot. Below these hypocortex or outer cortex or hypodermis, normal cortex is present called parenchymatous cortex. The parenchymatous cortex mainly helps in the storage of food material. See children, it is the parenchymatous cortex. And below these parenchymatous cortex, stele is present. The stele surrounded by the endodermis and pericycle layers. Endodermis, pericycle layers are similar, but endodermis layers are large in size. Pericycle layers are small in size. See here it is the pericycle layers are made by sclerenchymatous tissue. Sometimes sclerenchymatous tissues are present in the pericycle. Below the pericycle, vascular bundles are present. See children, these are the vascular bundles. The vascular bundles are conjoined, collateral, open, end-arc type of vascular bundles. The vascular bundles are arranged in the two whorls. First vascular bundles are called true vascular bundle, and at center region of the medulla or pith, two large vascular bundles are present. These large vascular bundles present in the medulla, they are arranged in opposite manner. In this total stele, the vascular bundles are conjoined, collateral, open, end-arc type of vascular bundles. And between the two vascular bundles, medullary rays are present. The medullary rays are mainly helps in the formation of cambium during the secondary growth. Here it is, at center region, parenchymatous medulla is present. Up to here, it is the normal or primary structure of Achyranthus shootius. But at second year, the shoot participated in the abnormal secondary growth. Initially, it started with normal secondary growth. Later, the normal secondary growth activity stopped and participated in the abnormal secondary growth. Between the two vascular bundles, cambium is present. Cambium is developed by the medullary rays. The cambium is fused with vascular bundle cambium to form cambium ring, vascular cambium ring in the stele. Once cambium ring is formed in the true vascular bundle region, it produced to inside secondary xylem to outside secondary phloem. See clearly visible secondary phloem to outside, secondary xylem to inside. but the cambium ring activity will be stopped after few days. First true vascular cambium ring activity will be stopped after 2 or 3 months. Then outside of these steel, abnormal vascular bundle, abnormal vascular cambium ring is developed. Abnormal vascular cambium is developed at outside of the steel. Outside of the steel means from the pericycle or from the inner cortex. Like these cambium ring also produce to outside secondary phloem to inside secondary xylem. To outside secondary phloem to inside secondary xylem. Again, the secondary vascular cambium ring activity also stopped. Next, third vascular cambium ring, fourth vascular cambium ring. Like more number of vascular cambium rings are developed outside of the steel. This type of secondary growth is called abnormal secondary growth. And between the two phloem tissues, between the two xylem tissues, phloem tissues are present. Secondary phloem tissues are present. The secondary phloem tissues are protected with the sclerenchymatous tissue. Protected with sclerenchymatous tissue. Between the two xylems, phloem is present. The secondary phloem is also called included phloem. The included phloem is protected by the secondary phloem protected by the sclerenchymatous tissue. And its center region, two large vascular bundles are present. And its center region, two large vascular bundles are present. The two large vascular bundles are arranged in opposite manner. They are also participated in the secondary growth. But after secondary growth, the vascular bundle size will be increased. Vascular bundle size will be increased. It is abnormal secondary growth in the Achyranthus shoot